So even when we live in the most technologically productive era of humanity, in which NSA literally knows everything about you, we still have not fully understood some incidents from our past. Here are the top 3 unsolved mysteries. Marilyn incident. This one is a pretty interesting mystery. It reads just like an Agatha Christie novel. Crown Prince Rudolph of Austria had an affair with Baroness Mary. During a family dinner with his parents, he excused himself and left to an imperial hunting lodge called Mayerling. This was where he had invited Mary, so he could spend time with her. The next day, when one of the staff knocked on his door, it didn't open. After waiting long enough, they broke the door to find the prince and Baroness dead. The prince had a gun in his hand, making it seem like a standard murder-suicide at first, and that's the official story. I think to notice that the prince was in a big fight with his father over his mistress, which might have caused him to do that in despair. But things are never that simple. In reality, the affair was an open secret in the royal family. Even his wife knew about it and didn't care. She had an affair of her own. Everyone seemed okay with it. The official report also says that only 1 shot was fired, but there is evidence to suggest that 6 were fired. Where did the other 5 go? Modern forensic evidence suggested that the Baroness died from a head wound, and during the burial, the prince was wearing gloves and his mother was not allowed to see his hands as there were defensive wounds there. Since his death changed the Austrian succession and eventually even led to World War I, it makes sense that he was attacked by some assassin whom he tried to defend himself from, but failed in the end. Or maybe the lovers just had a quarrel which got sour, and the royal family did their best to cover it up. We may never know. Taman Shud case. Taman Shud means finished in Persian, and how it all fits together is that in Adelaide, Australia, a man was found washed up on the beach with the final page of a Persian poem which had those words written on it. All we know about him is that he carried a pack of cigarettes, was well dressed, appeared to be in top physical condition, had no identification on him. His dental records didn't match that of any other person living in Australia. The autopsy made it clear that he most probably died from poisoning. This created a media frenzy and every possible lead was pursued. After searching through army records, they found a man who supposedly had a drink with the mystery man. He said that the man had a military pension card and his name was Solomonson. I don't know about you, but the name seems fake as hell. Mind you, this was during the Cold War. They found his suitcase too, but that didn't explain much. When they found the whole version of the Persian book, the same one from which that page was torn from, it had the name of a woman on it who they tracked down, but she made sure she remained anonymous. All we know is that she died in 2007, and when she was shown the picture of the Taman Shud guy, she looked horrified, as if she recognized him, but refused to give out any information. Last piece of the puzzle was that the Persian book had some code scribbled on its back which still hasn't been solved. This one is a mind-bender. He was probably a spy who got killed off. One last interesting tidbit. He had a unique and extremely rare ear shape, and the bookwoman has a son with the exact same ear shape. The probability of that is 1 in 20 million. A love child? Voynich manuscript, best for last. A book was found which originated from Italy from the 1400s. It's filled with strange illustrations and the language is totally different. In fact, it's unrecognizable. Language analysis suggests that it's similar to European languages in syntax and formatting, but to this day no one could decipher it. It has illustrations ranging from biology to astronomy to even recipes. Sadly, we can't understand a word of what's going on. It has illustrations of flowers which only belong to the New World, which is strange because the New World wasn't discovered back then. We can't even easily dismiss it as a hoax because one of the previous owners, from the 1600s, sent a letter to a learned friend of his, a priest, to ask for advice on how to read it. We still have that letter. Whether it is some totally artificially created language, or if it's some exotic language written in Latin phonetics, it will be a long time before we know what secrets the book has, whether it be on how to stay young forever, or how to make the best Keng Ho. For more videos like this, subscribe our channel. Do throw some comments about this video.